Good morning, hope you're doing really well. Look at the state of me. God. I'm in Norfolk today and I'm off to see, well, we're going to get a bit dirty, I think. We're going to get a bit muddy. We're also going to go underground. Because what's above really doesn't represent what's below, and you'll find out when we get there. Anyway, I won't say too much. You probably figured it out by now anyway. Enjoy your history lesson, and see you on the other side. Bye for now.
Located on the North Norfolk coast of Haysborough lies one of the most interesting emergency coastal batteries of World War II. The site was built as part of Eastern Command's coastal defences. It was built of brick, concrete and iron and was constructed in 1940. It was built for two 4.7-inch ex-naval guns and manned by the 353rd Coast Battery Royal Artillery, and was built to replace an earlier 6-inch battery that succumbed to coastal erosion. Although on ground level this site isn't much to look at, as was standard with emergency batteries, there is an extensive set of tunnels underground, primarily as subterranean magazines and crew shelters. As was common with these types of batteries, their use was short-lived, and this site was no exception when it was reduced to Home Guard manning on February 1943 and then to care and maintenance in April 1944. But what makes this site even more special is that it was also used during the Cold War when an ROC post was built here, and was noted that the tunnels were also used in conjunction with the post. Now the site has been demolished, but the history and the incredible story of the site in general will never be forgotten.
Hi and welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that history lesson. We're here, and it really is that classic case of, if you look above, there's bugger all really, but if you know what you're looking at, then it makes sort of sense. So in other words, obviously gun 1, gun 2, all the underground tunnelling system that is here is pretty much, you wouldn't be able to see it from above ground at all. There are, however, holes and entrances that we are going to explore today, so come with me. Come with. Just going to try and dump my bag somewhere. Oh. Smells of old people. So there's our first entrance. Now all the entrances, well, they don't, the corridors don't link up with anything anymore. They should all link up together. If you've seen coastal emergency batteries before on my channel, you'll know that there's an underground system, and with that it follows from one gun, which I'm in now, to the next one, and you would normally be able to stay in them, also storage your ammunition, etc, etc. And obviously we're facing out on this beautiful coastline here, so it'll be interesting today to see how badly the tunnels and everything else have sort of gone. It's really weird. Like, I was sort of really looking forward to doing this one for a long time, and the closer I've got to it, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, isn't it, for a lot of this stuff? But we're going to give it a try. Now, in theory, where that pillbox is, or near that area, would have been where the ROC post was. Now, obviously that's not there anymore, but we will have a look just to see if we can find anything after that. We'll also take a look at our second battery as well, or gun emplacement, shall I politely say. But yeah, here we go. Obviously this is a concrete cap, which is the beginning of the underground system, and then you can see it would lead straight forward up to there. But in fact, actually, I would assume on this one it's not going to be a straight line. Probably going to sort of zigzagging out, and then probably not be direct into there, so it might curve in and then round, I would assume. Like I said, first time being here, so forgive me, don't know. Be interested to find out for myself though. I would assume, although I've not looked, I would assume a few people have probably done this one. I just happened to come across it because I've been aware of it for actually a long time, to be fair, but it was actually trying to sort of make a day out for myself, because you know I record in bulk, so I'm out for the day, and I'm going to do a few videos, so I was trying to link up everything. But this video, where I'm at today, personal bit of information, was my starting point. So I started here, and then I basically work my way around to find some other really interesting locations. Now, gun emplacement was there, obviously ringed, riveted, as you can see. And then we've got the roof, protective roof here. Huge steel that should be, I would imagine it is, apart from Mark loves Rachel. Fair play, mate. Hope she loves you back. Storage for the shell casings there. Defensive positions on the back, just in case. And yeah, probably be the same in the other one. It'll be interesting to see what I haven't looked at the other one, condition wise. So again, all new. I have got a torch with me, obviously. So yeah, here we are. Let's see what we can find downstairs. Let's go, come on. Alright, here we are. First one. I'd like to say it's going to be a pleasurable experience, everybody, but I just don't think it is. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, jeez. Sorry about the camera work and everything else in between. Obviously holding a torch, making all my excuses now. So, as you can tell, this tunnel is heading away from the get ready, there we go, bunker or tunnel magazine. It's actually heading away from the actual gun emplacement, but I did say that they weren't as straightforward as you think they are. So you look above, you can see the steps. My god, this rubbish. Look at that. There's a pipe there which was just all pipes. Interesting. Maybe a little generator. Pipe. Interesting. That's it. Let's keep going. Oh. Good old fashioned smells. These are the sort of smells that remind me of my childhood when I was younger. There we go. There's another little entrance there that I think people have been sneaking around into. I don't know why you'd want to, no idea why you want to go through that just to get into this. Tight squeeze though, so fair play if you've done that bit. Although you could have just done what I'd done. But yeah, so yeah, this is the final section of this, and then in theory it'd wrap around and go heading towards the other one, and we'll know that when we get to the other one. But yeah, look at that. What's interesting about this one? Okay, so let's compare it to Bordsey, for example. Now Bordsy's one, every single coastal emergency battery that I've been to now seems to be layered differently or laid out differently. And I think predominantly is because one of the main reasons, obviously, in most of them, that they were labelled as emergency coastal batteries. The design was meant to be rushed, and it was meant to be used as a form of defence, obviously shooting out coastally. But the underground sections here, as you can tell, brick, corrugated, and then I'm assuming it's like sort of concrete mesh. Looks like it. And then we've got cabling here. I'm actually surprised at some of the condition here. I did mention in the history lesson, and this was something that I was this is something that I would sort of found out, which I found absolutely fascinating, was that when the RSC post was here, that actually this was being used as a Cold War sort of like underground facility as well, internal facility. Terms as in staying overnight type of place. That was what I was told, so don't quote me on that per se. I was told that because I had a discussion with a good friend of mine who is a historian. I may have mentioned this person before. He doesn't like his name being said. He doesn't have a YouTube channel either, so it's fine. You know who you are, sir. But yeah, he mentioned, whilst through discussion, that there was rumour of this actually being used in Cold War, coinciding with the ROC post, which is so cool if that was the case. And a rare example, because obviously ROC posts are scattered everywhere. Oh, look at the old butterflies. Or moths, the butterflies, aren't they? Mozzies are down here as well. So yeah, interesting one. I'm not sure exactly what this room is, so I'm not going to confess and say, oh, I know exactly what this one is. But yes, no idea. But like we said before, it was ammunition storage, munitions storage, and also to stay over. Now, I don't know what frick turn the light off. Try and get back out. Yes, I'm filming coming out. Oh, let's keep going. There we go. Oh, made it. And my bag is still there. Nobody's stolen it. Kind of the people here. Whew. So that's one section. Oh, not going to win any awards for looking gorgeous today, am I? Slightly tired. Let's go and have a look at the other one. Come on. So I've just been sort of treading through the undergrowth, and don't know if you can see this, but it looks like a spigot mortar. Wasn't actually aware of this on the history maps, but there you go. And then there's a pillbox in the distance. So very interesting. Yeah, it looks like there's two spigot mortars here because there's another one there. Got to be really careful where I tread. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you this as well. This is obviously a pillbox that's here, designed interestingly facing outwards. It's facing out the wrong direction. So in other words, the coastal battery is facing out that way, and then our pillbox is facing the opposite direction. So I would assume that is to stop from any form of trap, or if there were Germans who had landed, that they would obviously, well, I think really the main principle, if you think about it, if German paratroopers weren't going to come in, they'd come in on land, wouldn't they? And then to what we did basically in Dunkirk was you would drop in inland and then work your way backwards to go and destroy the other fortifications. So I would assume that's the reason why you've got the pillbox facing the opposite way. I think it was in Band of Brothers. I think there was a really good example of that. Obviously historically accurate. So it was interesting that we'd assumed that that would have been the same thing. So yeah, the assumption, like I said, that if Germany had invaded, they probably would have landed paratroopers and they'd probably come inland to take over the battery, hence why you got the fortification heading that way. There you go. Nice bit of interesting section. The other thing is, we are literally on top of, I would assume, where the ROC post was roughly located. So I don't exactly know where it is, but it's definitely not here anymore. So there you go, added a bit of information. Hi, so I've made it into the tightest one. We're now just on the back skirts of the second one, and I'm not joking. I'm not looking forward to getting out of that. I could barely fit in. So yeah, that's why I didn't really want to film. I wanted to find these other tunnels first. So sorry this video is a little bit, like I said, a little bit jumbled. But yeah, there you go. Whew. Fingers crossed I can get out. I feel like I might have to shed a few things and just chuck them topside. I am on my own again, and obviously, as I've mentioned before, hypocritically, you should never really do that on your own. But yeah, so the tunnel system's pretty much the same as the main one in the better condition. There's also another collapse that we're going to take a look at. I'm trying to do this in the sporadic order. I wanted to do the difficult one first, the tight squeeze, Then there is another one that is just as tight, but just in a sort of different type of tightness. But we'll have a look at the other one and see if we can get into that. But I'm pretty sure this is probably the tightest one. And I'm covered in ice and frost. Oh, that was exciting. It reminded me of, actually, to be fair, if you're, turn me around high, if you're from Kent, if you ever have accessed Graham Fort tunnels, pretty much the same type of thing. So anyway, like I said before, magazines, obviously for soldiers to stay over. The condition isn't that great. There's lots of debris and rubbish here. Lots of glass, which I bloody well hate, as I've sort of mentioned numerous times. But yeah, I'm hoping that was a tight squeeze one. Because if it was, then yeah, we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun getting out of that. But obviously I'm not going to film that, even though I know my limit. Oh, also, that's good to know that I came back. I dropped my thing on there. Oh, wow. I sacrificed... See, my issue today was it is freezing cold, so I'm having to wear extra thickness. And because of that, it's making squeezing into these really bad. Let's try and rub whatever I've got away from me. Probably cave spiders. Didn't wear a man bun today, as you probably were aware. Walk down it one more time. Yeah, I'll be interested to see the other section. So this is now heading away. And like I said to you before, it's interesting setup of this tunnel, because they're deceptive. They don't want to they're sort of teasing you into where you should want to aim for. Right. Am I looking forward to getting out? Hell no, but we're going to try. So fingers crossed. Okay, feel free to laugh. Yes, I made it out, and I had to oh, God. You can tell I'm single, can't you? I mean, look at the state of me. You want to go at this? Yeah, I had to take it off. And it was weird. It was actually one of them strange ones where it was actually easier to get out than it was going in. Normally that's not, well, it's 50-50 actually, to be fair with you. But I've collected a lot of ice. That was so cool. It was like I thought, God, that's one of them like entrances down there. And when you get there, it's like, God, that really is a bit of a tight squeeze. So I'm obviously muddy. If you can, actually, I'll show you on my knees. But that was really, really worth it. It's when the audio and everything doesn't come out and you're just like, oh, God. But yeah. Right, so I think there's one more to go. Well, I know there's one more to go, but I'm not sure about that squeeze on that one. But what I'll do is I'll show you this first, because I forgot I haven't actually shown you the actual second gun battery. Then we'll take a look at the tunnel, and then we're pretty much done. Cool. Oh. Ta-da! Right, so let's do this. We're doing this in a really weird order. Welcome to gun battery number 2. Obviously you can see I've planted all my stuff there. So the tunnel that we were in just a moment ago was facing outwards, and it was going all the way out there, and it looked like there was an emergency hatch over there. In fact, actually, I think there is. I might need to just take you along with me, because I swear I saw the exit for where that would have been. Oh my God. This is muddy as anything. Oh. That's it, get up there. Yeah, okay, so let's try and move our way up there. That's it. Oh. Yeah, you can see concrete coming straight down. So we literally followed that down here, and then we were roughly, there's a little vent port there, so were we that far away? And then there's some collapsed brick walling there. Okay, so we must have been about coming down here, and then it would have butted off somewhere over there. The tricky thing always is that you don't know where your feet are. and even in winter time this is quite tricky. So yeah, just thought I'd put that in context. John, we might as well walk back this way, but hopefully not fall into a hole. God, that was so fun. I say it was fun. There's our little hole there. Oh, so believe it or not, see, I've got to be really careful where I put my feet. That little hole, yeah, fat boy me, I managed to get down into it. I don't know how, but I'm glad I came out. Let's keep going. Round. There's so many holes around here. That's it. And obviously you can see where it would have came back from. So anyway, yeah, gun battery number 2. Obviously the positioning of our gun here. Got our rivets, which obviously would have been fixed onto the gun itself. Huge shelf here. Like I said, it's funny, it just looks so insignificant. There's a church over there, you can't see that, it's beautiful. Shell stores, and then obviously defences facing outwards onto the field, like I sort of theorised. Don't really need to theorise it, do I? But basically the assumption, obviously, if Germany was going to sort of attack this part of the coast, they'd drop in from the back and come in. But yeah, look at the sky. Wow. Pretty cool. Right. Let's have a quick nosy. Just have a look round. So this obviously you can see where the second section comes, but I'm pretty sure if I follow my nose is telling me that it's down there. Right, okay. Oh god. Oh god. You know, you think to yourself, 2 out of 3 wouldn't be bad on a day, but 3 out of 3 is obviously going to be better. But I always chance of my luck. If I could squeeze through that one, might be alright. On first assumption, when I look round, that looked bigger. We'll try. Come on. Right, here we go. Don't worry, I'm not going to film me go in. Well, I'm going to hopefully end up in, but yeah, look at that. Actually looks bigger than the hole that I went into the other one. Let's see. Come on. I've made it. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, let's get down there. Come on. God. That is so tight. It's actually worse than the other one, I think. Anyway. Oh, shouldn't have worn a beanie. Right, okay. Get myself settled. There we go. Oh, flippy. Oh, jeez, if I get out of that in one piece on my own, well, there you go. Whew. Oh, spiders in there. Wow. This is actually way more extensive than I thought. The direction of it is really weird. It's not, doesn't seem to want to go in the direction that you think it should. Yeah, look, blocked up. You need a faint sound of water somewhere. It's pretty slippery. Oh yeah, look at that. So these, I think, were labelled as the bunks that were here. Oh, here. Yeah, look at that. This is way bigger than I thought it was. Huh. Another bit there. There we go. Sorry everybody, just adjusting my camera. Whew. Quite funny, you think they're Napoleonic at first. Jeez, look at this. This keeps going. Oh, I genuinely didn't think this was a... What is this? Wow. Huge. relatively clean as well. You can see the clips for where obviously the cabling would have gone on either side. Yeah. So I'm assuming this probably would have started to link up to the other one. Let's see. Yeah. That's a tight crawl to get through that, and there's no way I can do that. Don't even know what state that is, but that's too tight for me. Barely got through this bit. Might even be blocked, I've got a funny feeling. Yeah. Not today, everybody. I don't actually think that there is another bit on that, so I might just be sort of guessing that there's another section, although, like I said, that's even a few inches, so if anybody's done that, fair play to you, but I'm not a few inches wide, I'm afraid. I'm impressed that I managed to get the way I could. I'll get through what I could. Nice. Bits of paint, it looks like there's they sort of painted up the bottom half black, and then the top half they just left. Now back into the bunks. Genuinely shouldn't have bought my beanie. Right, this is our other corridor. Let's take a look. Bit of daylight coming through. Yeah, flooded though. Sorry, I always try to get the torch at a wrong angle. Doesn't illuminate it as good. It's my fault. Like I said, it's that two things at once thing, which even after all these years, I've still not mastered. Yeah, look, that. There's daylight coming through the opposite side of that. That's pretty much the same as what we were seeing in the other one. Let's have a look through. Oh, I can get through this. Is that just the back end of that? Well, that's just a separate bit there. I wonder if that was a toilet. Toilets, like we said, were normally by the entrances of the bunkers or the air raid shelters. Well, like I said, in this case, in theory, it was a bit of everything, really. Oh, God. You think to yourself, somebody else was down here with you, you'd be pretty screwed. Like I said, this is what surprised me about this one. The doorways seem to be quite narrow, but maybe that's just me thinking that. Nice little ventilation things there, which obviously have been sealed up. But yeah, this seems to be the main living quarters, or maybe it was even for ammunition storage. I'm not 100% sure on that there's a pipe there, or a former sealed up pipe. So the thing is, I think I've mentioned it many times before, I don't ever feel like I want to commit to sort of saying exactly what I think unless I absolutely know it. So I think that's always gone from my education days, is that only say what you think you know. Otherwise, speculate. God, I really hope I can get out on this one. That was not easy getting in. There we are. See, it's weird, it doesn't look as intimidating from here, but I can assure you it bloody well was. Bloody hell. Oh dear. Well, look at my hat. Look at it. Look at the state of me. Look lopsided. I'm going for that Johnny Depp look, you know, with the scarf and the beanie thing, obviously, because we know Johnny Depp would blatantly come down here and explore these types of things. Oh, well, there you go, everyone. We are pretty much done. Well, actually, we're done when I get out. Let's see how that goes. Come on. Hi, look. Oh, magic. we did it. We got out. That was fun. That was, they seemed to be actually easier to get out than they did going in. And I'm just grateful that I managed to get out on that second one. It was weird, that second one, or the last one, sorry, of the tunnel complex, which was the most extensive part, just felt really difficult to get into. But then I suppose, you know, from experience, either is or it isn't really. But I just want to make it really clear, just don't do this on your own. I'm obviously a trained idiot, so I know that if something happens to me, then I've got precautions to tell others, although that might not be immediate. So please, if you do come to these types of places, go with other people. So I'm knackered now. Whew. That was really interesting. Way more extensive than I thought. But well worth it. I've got my gloves. Because my beanie hat, actually, funny enough, I sort of said to myself, no, I'm not going to put my man bun on today, because I don't really want it scraping against the roof. And yet the challenge, actually, the beanie hat kept slipping and sliding. There you go, fashion tips for everybody who wants to explore. And obviously my scarf. Well, look, thank you so much for coming along with me. Hopefully you really enjoyed this. Bit of interestingness. It was one to really tick off my list, and now I can say I've safely done it. And it's another emergency coastal battery, more importantly, to tick off the list, which will probably bring our total up to about 4 or 5 now, which is really good. So, and out of those, 2 of them we've explored the underground sections, but like I said to you before, most of them do vary, so, you know, see what you can of that. Anyway, I cannot wait to get home now. Get in the car, because I'm literally caked in mud now, which I knew I would be, so it's not a surprise on that one. But yeah, I just want to go home, have a cup of tea. Right, anyway, where's my beanie hat? There it is. In your more words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with me. Hopefully you really enjoyed that. Hopefully it was a nice little bit of a tunnelage for you. New word. Where is it? I'm just ranting, sorry. Yeah, hopefully you really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for coming along with me, and feel free to spread the word of the channel. Much love to all of you out there, and I will see you all very soon. Of course I will. And yeah, any more words of Phoenix history, because history matters, and it really does, doesn't it? These types of places. But please, on this one, do not come here on your own, and please be careful. It is very dangerous here. Those tight squeezes were literal tight squeezes, so just letting you know in advance. Much love to all of you out there. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Really, cut, pow!